Okay, step one is you just take some duct tape, and we usually go about 10 to 12 inches long, and you want to make sure that your fabric is ironed, because if you already have it ironed, then there aren't any wrinkles that you have to worry about getting out. So just take your first strip of duct tape and lay it down on top of your fabric and just kind of smooth it out.
And we really recommend that you use original strength duct tape. It works the best.
It does, it really does. And so when you're laying down your second strip, you want to make sure to just line the strips right next to each other. You don't want to overlap them because you want to make sure that it's nice and smooth on the other side.
The next thing is to make a template. We just took an old cardboard box, drew a triangle. This is about 6.5 inches by 8 inches. Then you're going to trace it. Use a Sharpie marker, it doesn't matter the color, because it's just on the back of the fabric.
Yeah, and you're just going to cut right on top of it, and we like to use a symmetrical design so that we can get more pennants out of, just a single piece of fabric.
All right, so this is how it should look once you've got your shapes traced on, and then you just cut it out.
And one of the great things about using duct tape and fabric is that when you begin to cut it, it turns a regular piece of fabric into a heavy-duty piece of fabric where there's no frame. And it's just really a cool perk that you get from using duct tape and fabric together. It's always fun to add vinyl to a project, and so we are going to add some letters to this cute banner. So you just take your vinyl lettering, and sometimes the adhesive on the back of vinyl doesn't stick quite as well as you'd like it to a piece of fabric, so we have a little trick that we like to use. And so we just peel off the backing paper, and we just take a little bit of Mod Podge, and we just kind of lightly brush the back of the letter, and then just stick it right where it goes.
And the great thing about Mod Podge is it dries clear, so don't worry about it making any difference on your fabric.
Exactly, that is the best part about using Mod Podge on fabric. So I've just pressed down the letters onto the fabric, and now I'm just going to carefully remove the transfer tape, and the vinyl and the glue are not going to want to stick immediately to the fabric, so I'm just kind of have to be patient as I peel off the fabric.
Yeah. And with all these fun different patterns on the fabric, you're going to want to pick a font that's really thick and chunky. And these letters are about 2.5 inches tall, so that the contrast is really high and you can read these fun words.
Okay, the next step is just to take a crocodile and take your pennant, and you just punch the corners, and I just eye it.
You can also use a regular hole punch if you don't have a crafting tool like that.
Right, I've done that before.
Once the holes are punched, you're going to want to string your ribbon through your banner, and you can just wrap a piece of duct tape on the end, and that makes it really easy to thread through.
And we just like to secure it with a piece of duct tape on the back just to keep it in place.
And you don't want to use hot glue or anything with heat, because the duct tape will react to the heat and kind of curl.
Right. So this is just a really simple project that you can use for all different kinds of occasions.